Welcome to this course on time management for tradespeople. There's a lot of data and a lot of teaching out there on time management, but typically they're aimed at sort of white-collar workers, teachers, administrators, people in universities, people in corporate business, things like that. Well, we want to focus here particularly on tradespeople because that's a whole nother world of employment, business, companies, things like that. I am Caleb. I am an electrician, master electrician, been doing this for 15 years now, and I can tell you one of the biggest challenges is managing time on a job site, juggling jobs, trying to fit crew into certain places at certain times. All of that is a reality. All of that is something that can be managed way better if you have a mindset for managing your time. So this course is called Redeeming the Time. That idea of redeeming is important because you only have the same amount of time that I've got. The President of the United States, the CEO of the company, all of us have the same rotation of the earth with the sun going up and the sun going down. So the question really is, how do you manage that? So your time is considered something that you need to be a steward of. If you've got ladders, if you've got trucks, if you've got equipment, if you've got tools, you are a steward of those things, and you get on your guys for messing up company equipment. Well, the same is true of our time. It is a resource that we've got. You don't own it, you steward it. Every hour you'll ever manage falls really into 9 key areas of life. So this is the big picture. This is 9 key areas. Now, as an electrician, I know every circuit has a limit. There's limits to everything we do. If you're a block layer, if you're a carpenter, if you're a plumber, if you're a drywaller, everything lives and dies by the tape measure, by how big, by how wide, by how heavy, by how much pressure, by how full, by how empty, by how whatever. It's all got limits. So in my world as an electrician, the day never runs out of demands. There's always something that can be rolled over to the next day, the next week, the next month. So for planning a schedule for your life, I can think about it as like, okay, I've got a panel that only has 9 circuits in it, so I need to balance everything out over those 9 circuits. But ultimately, time isn't my property. It's entrusted to me. So I wake up every morning. I've got the same amount of time as my boss, as the apprentices that are under me, the other journeymen. How do I use it? So as a steward of time, I need to know the best manner or way in which to do it. If I look at a job site, I'm trying to find the most efficient way to get the task done on the job site. Well, it's the same with my time. How do I best use it to be the most efficient in the overall scheme of things, considering everything I have to do? Now, just because I'm an electrician doesn't mean that's the only thing I spend my time doing. The reality is that you're also a person who maybe is married. You've got your career, exactly, but you also have relationships. You also have weekends. You also have property, maybe a home that you have to manage. All of these things we need to try to keep within 9 primary areas. So if you look at your life, and these are in no particular order because some things, like for instance a 40-hour work week, that's what you kind of are sort of society deems normal. But you've also got family, you also have your health, you also have finances. All these things need to be fit in somewhere, somehow in the grand scheme of things. So I would suggest that you do not go beyond 9 key areas in your life. This is just a sampling here of options. So I have suggested for you 9 key areas: personal development, family, health, work and career, finance, and then the rest of them are relationships, lifelong learning, rest and recreation, and then service or ministry of some kind, ministry being service. So, in the UK, they have the Minister of War and the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Transportation. That it's just a word that means service. We sometimes think of it in regards to church-related things like a minister, but it doesn't mean just that. So these 9 key areas are what you want to roll your life into, and I would not recommend going beyond those 9 key areas. And let's say you're not married and you don't have children. Well, that means you can probably eliminate that, keep relationships, but add something else to it. Or maybe you've only really, when you think about it, have 7. But the point is that you don't go beyond those 9 key areas. Make a list of them, and then when we get to lesson 2, we'll work out how to think through those 9 key areas and what's considered urgent and important. But right now, you need to look at what your whole life entails. You're a steward of your time. You've got the same amount of time as everybody else. How best do you use it? Make a list of all the 9 key areas. And then try to spin off from those what it is you actually do in those key areas. So most tradesmen find 7 areas starving while work and maybe finances takes up a huge amount of everything else. So this is going to be about balancing everything out, putting everything in its proper place. Complete the 9 area 1 day time audit before lesson 2. So audit 1 day of work. Log where your hours actually went across 9 areas. So do this over the course of a day. When you wake up in the morning, maybe you have breakfast with your wife before you head out the door. Keep a track of what that looks like. Now, nowadays with cell phones, we get text messages all the time. You might have a notification from your bank. You might have a notification or a text message from somebody who wants to go play golf with you. You might end up with 5 text messages from your wife or your girlfriend or something like that, asking you to think about stuff. I get that with my wife. She'll message me and say, "Can you be thinking about while I'm at work?" So it happens. So audit that time, see where it fits, make a list of those 9 key areas, alter them if you like to fit your lifestyle and what it is that you do. But in the end, have a grand umbrella of where your time is and label it according to the 9 key areas. Then we'll move on to lesson 2.